prevention. This is not a test. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in conjunction with the Department of Homeland Security, confirmed multiple outbreaks of a highly contagious pathogen affecting several major cities and metropolitan areas throughout the continental United States. This announcement applies to all citizens and visitors of the United States and their territories. This pathogen is known to induce several behavioral changes, including aggression and an unresponsiveness to pain or stimuli. Initial reports suggest that individuals exposed to this pathogen may exhibit violent tendencies. For your safety, adhere to the following instructions immediately. Remain indoors. Lock all doors and windows. Do not leave your home or place of shelter unless instructed to by local or federal authorities. Avoid contact with individuals displaying symptoms, including erratic or violent behavior. Other symptoms to be watchful for are bleeding of the eyes and mouth, redness, a pale color to the skin, foaming of the mouth, vomiting, a lack of reaction to grievous injury, and wheezing. Gather essential supplies, such as clean, potable water, food, and first aid materials. Prepare for prolonged sheltering in place. Do not approach infected individuals. It is unknown how virulent this pathogen may be. Law enforcement and emergency services are responding nationwide. Local cities in the Illinois area and their disaster levels are as follows. Chicago and the Chicago metropolitan area, Stage 5 catastrophe. Peoria, Stage 4 disaster. Elgin, Stage 4 disaster. Springfield, Stage 5 catastrophe. Joliet, Stage 3 outbreak. Elmhurst, Stage 4 disaster. Galena, Stage 3 outbreak. Bolingbrook, Stage 2 contagion. Lombard, Stage 5 catastrophe. Aurora, Stage 4 disaster. Aberdeen, Stage 4 disaster.
This is an emergency broadcast from the Federal Emergency Medical and Rescue Services. If you are receiving this transmission, please take immediate precautions. This message is directed to all residents of the Chicago metropolitan area, including the communities of Lambert, Aberdeen, Elmhurst, Bonnersville, Naperville, and Aurora. Effective immediately, all non-essential travels to cease. Secure your residence and remain indoors. Our situation is rapidly evolving, and your safety is our utmost priority. Do not engage with large gatherings. Do not approach unknown individuals. Those displaying signs of infection, including confusion, aggressive behavior, and unresponsiveness to pain, should be avoided at all costs. Remain calm and shelter in place. At this moment, coordinated efforts are underway from multiple command centers, including Scott Air Force Base. FEMARS personnel and National Guard units are operating relief stations at designated checkpoints. These locations will provide limited medical assistance, ration distribution, and emergency shelter where available. If you must travel, proceed with caution and avoid major highways, which remain heavily congested with abandoned vehicles and other hazardous conditions. Current confirmed checkpoints in the Chicago metropolitan area include McCormick Place Convention Center, O'Hare International Airport, and the University of Chicago Medical Campus. Look for secure zones marked with high visibility red and white signage and the official FEMARS insignia. Authorized military personnel will be stationed at these points, many in coordination with Scott Air Force Base, to distribute essential supplies including food, water, and emergency medical aid. If you are approaching a checkpoint, remain calm, have any available identification ready, and strictly follow all instructions from the personnel present. They will likely go as follows. Approach with hands visible. Do not make sudden movements. Be prepared for medical screening. This includes a temperature check and visual assessment for infection symptoms. Possession of firearms is permitted but must be declared immediately. Failure to comply may result in denial of entry. Each individual is allotted one small personal bag. Large items will not be admitted. Checkpoints operate on a first-come, first-served basis. Capacity is limited. Be advised that some checkpoint areas may be compromised. Only those with official FEMARS confirmation are deemed safe. FEMARS is coordinating evacuation efforts. Priority transport is being arranged for critical personnel and at-risk individuals. Civilians seeking refuge should not attempt to travel to Scott AFB unless explicitly instructed. Repeat, do not approach Scott AFB without clearance. Unauthorized entry will not be permitted. We repeat, this is not a time for individual action beyond what is absolutely necessary. Do not attempt to engage with or approach groups lacking official credentials. Local militia are not permitted to take violent action against any individuals, infected or otherwise. If you observe any suspicious or unauthorized activity, immediately report it to the local emergency hotline provided in your community alert systems. Stay tuned to this channel for subsequent updates. Further instructions regarding evacuation routes and additional support measures will be transmitted regularly. Remember, your compliance is essential to maintaining public order during these unprecedented times.
Unverified reports indicate increased hostile activity near checkpoint zones. Civilians are strongly advised to avoid unfamiliar groups or individuals claiming to represent relief organizations without proper identification. If in doubt, do not engage. Stay within known safe zones whenever possible. This message will repeat at the top of each hour. Remain vigilant. Remain indoors. Help is coming. This is WBEZ Chicago, with updated news on the unidentified outbreak of a deadly neurological pathogen affecting all continental states in the US. We are broadcasting live on limited emergency power. The following is an update for all remaining listeners in Cook, DuPage, Lake, and surrounding counties. Unverified reports continue to indicate increased hostile activity near checkpoint zones, particularly along I-55 and I-90. The local safe zones in Aberdeen and Sycamore are the only places where relief is being offered at this time. Civilians are strongly advised to avoid unfamiliar groups or individuals claiming to represent relief organizations. Do not approach without confirmed identification, military credentials, or FEMARS issued clearance. If in doubt, do not engage. Repeat, do not engage. FEMARS personnel are required to wear yellow reflective gear with the official insignia of the Department of Homeland Security. However, there are confirmed accounts of violent ambushes and false checkpoints set up using stolen uniforms and signage. Survivors are reminded, uniforms can be taken, kindness can be faked, and help may not be help. FEMARS maintains that functional CEZs are still in operation in Peoria, Fort Wayne, and the northern edge of Rockford. Use extreme caution when traveling. Avoid interstates. Avoid bridges. Remain indoors and wait for military confirmation when possible. On the infected, little more has come through as verifiable information. We know the time period of first infection to resurrection is variable, with bites and scratches to the facial region, neck, and head, resulting in a turning time of as little as 10 minutes. Injuries to extremities can result in resurrection in as long as 72 hours. One thing is certain. Once an individual has been infected, there isn't a 100% mortality rate unless the infected extremity is removed and cauterized in under 45 seconds by trained medical personnel. The infected are extremely aggressive, violent, and cannibalistic. Ensure your safety by adhering to all protocols. They are stronger than you. They are faster than you once the sun sets. You are advised to take equally aggressive action to defend yourself and your loved ones. Human suffering is incredible by modern standards in the face of this pandemic. We had a girl call in from Logan Square. Said she hadn't seen another living person in 3 days. Said she was surviving on mustard packets and half a loaf of frozen rye bread. Told me she still says goodnight to her mom, just in case she's listening. To all those listening, this message will repeat at the top of every hour. Remain vigilant. Remain indoors. Help is coming.
This is a national address from the Federal Emergency Medical and Rescue Services, speaking on behalf of President of the United States. By order of President George W. Bush, effective immediately, martial law is now in effect across the continental United States. This decision has not been made lightly. Our nation faces an unprecedented crisis, one that demands swift and decisive action. State and local governments will continue to function where possible, but all civilian and military assets are now fully mobilized to restore order and ensure the safety of the American people. We urge all citizens to remain calm, to remain orderly, and most importantly, to remain armed. The right to protect your home and your family is paramount in these times. Law enforcement and military personnel will be enforcing curfews and containment protocols. Comply with all official instructions. Unlawful behavior, looting, and acts of violence will not be tolerated. These may be met with legal action after the containment of this pathogen is secured. This legal action may result in severe fines, jail time, or community service. FEMARS is working in coordination with federal and state authorities to establish safe zones and supply lines. Updates will be broadcast as they become available. Those in affected areas should seek shelter and prepare for long-term emergency protocols. Those in affected areas should seek shelter and prepare for long-term emergency conditions. If you have not yet done so, secure your residence, ration supplies, and ensure you have means of self-defense. This is not the end of America. This is not the end of our way of life. We will endure. We will rebuild. We will prevail. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and God bless the United States of America.
This is a national emergency. Please stand by for an emergency broadcast from the United States government. This is not a test. At 4:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, communications from Washington, D.C. ceased. All attempts to reach federal leadership, including the White House, Pentagon, and the Capitol building, have failed. Satellite imaging has confirmed widespread fires and structural damage across the National Mall, and the airspace over D.C. has been closed indefinitely. Civilians in the D.C. metro area are advised to evacuate immediately if safe to do so, or shelter in place if evacuation isn't possible. Repeat, Washington, D.C. is no longer considered a secure zone. Additionally, the Department of Health and Human Services and the Federal Emergency Medical and Rescue Services, FEMARS, are reporting a sharp increase in sudden onset neurological symptoms among individuals previously thought to be uninfected. Symptoms include disorientation, auditory hallucinations, seizures, difficulty breathing, and spontaneous bleeding from the eyes or nose. In most cases, symptoms progress rapidly and fatally. These individuals may become violent or unresponsive. Infection can be transmitted through bodily fluids or bodily contact. Any scratches, punctures, and especially bites should be taken very seriously. Use first aid when applicable and attempt to isolate the person who is suspected to be infected. Death can be the only solution in most cases. All citizens are advised to immediately isolate any person displaying these symptoms, including friends or family members, and to report the incident to the nearest emergency broadcast relay or local authority. Do not attempt to treat or contain them without trained assistance. Preliminary research indicates the contagion may stem from a mutated parasitic organism. Transmission vectors are still under review. As a precaution, boil all water before consumption and avoid consuming any meat products or unsealed goods. Canned food is currently considered safe. Multiple CUZS, containment and evacuation zones, remain operational, including sites near Denver, Kansas City, Billings, and outside of Chicago. Citizens are urged to proceed to these locations only if directed by official channels. This will be the final broadcast from the National Emergency Management Agency until relocation protocols are completed. Local and regional emergency frequencies will remain active. You are not alone. Please remain calm. Await further instruction from verified channels.
If you can hear me, if anyone's still out there, my name is Rick Jameson. Jameson, like the whiskey. I'm broadcasting from somewhere outside Joliet. I don't know how much longer this thing will hold up, but I need you to listen. If you're just tuning in, I'm gonna tell you what I know, what I've seen. Listen close. First off, these things, the infected, the biters, the geeks, whatever the hell they are, you have to take out the head. Blunt force, a bullet, whatever you've got. I've seen people dump a dozen rounds into the chest, and they just keep moving. Don't do the Mozambique drill or whatever. It doesn't work. One guy emptied an entire mag, center mass, nothing. But a crowbar to the skull, that drops him. Fast. So if you're fighting, aim high. And if they get their teeth in you, or your wife, or your kids, it's over for them. I'm sorry. Now, I don't know who's still keeping track of what's happening out there, but I need to talk about Aberdeen. The so-called safe zone at the Costwise grocery store, it's gone. The National Guard abandoned it. Not overrun, abandoned. I saw it happen. They pulled out fast. Too fast. These guys weren't in a fight. They weren't retreating. They were leaving. 1 minute, they were unloading supplies, setting up perimeters, running intake. Next thing I know, they're loading up their trucks, packing everything up. Didn't even warn the people inside. Just got in their Humvees and rolled out like they had a schedule to keep. This wasn't a panic response. This wasn't things got too bad, we had to pull out. This was planned. Someone, somewhere, made a call. And if you're thinking, oh, that's crazy, why would they do that? You ever hear of Operation Northwoods? Gulf of Tonkian? Hell, we're still sending kids to Iraq over lies. You think they wouldn't let a few thousand civilians get chewed up to protect their own asses? I don't know where the guard went. Some say Scott Air Force Base, but I don't buy it. I think they went underground. FEMARS. They've got those contingency plans, those bunkers, the ones they don't talk about. Maybe they think they can wait this out. Maybe they know something we don't. But I'll tell you this, if you're heading for a safe zone with government backing, don't trust it till you see it. Right now, you're on your own. Get supplies, get weapons, find people you trust, because it's getting bad fast. And if someone in a uniform tells you they're here to help, make sure you ask who they're helping first. Stay sharp, stay moving. They want you to stay put, but it's like corralling sheep. Don't let the biters find you stuck on your ass. And if you hear someone say, "Help me," in the dark, make sure it's still human before you answer.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? This is Officer Gray O'Collins of the Lombard Police Department. I don't know who's still listening. If anyone has even left on the air. But I need to warn you. If you're heading towards the Costwide shelter in Aberdeen, don't. It's not safe. The guard. They're killing people. Not the infected. Not the biters. People. I was with Officer Nolan Murphy. We responded to a distress call on Elm and West 3rd. National Guard unit already had the place locked down when we got there. We thought we were on the same side. One of their guys waved us over like it was nothing. Like they weren't about to. They shot Murphy first. Didn't say a damn word. He had his hands up. He was talking to them, trying to ask where they needed us. They shot him in the head. Just pulled the trigger. He didn't even get to. They didn't even hesitate. I ran. They shot at me too. Missed. Not proud of it. But I wasn't about to let them put me in a ditch next to Nolan. I've been running ever since. Keeping low. I don't know how far their orders go. How many of them are out there doing the same thing. But I know one thing for sure. The Costwise was never meant to be a shelter. It's a holding pen. If you're listening, if you're thinking about going there, don't. They'll kill you. If you're a cop, or a firefighter, or maybe if you're someone a cop would grab off the street, they'll kill you. I saw the overpass. I saw what they did. I don't know what's worse than that, but I know I don't want to find out. I repeat, this is Officer Gray O'Collins. If anyone's out there, if anyone's still got a group, a place, please, I need help. I can't keep running like this. I don't trust the guard, and I don't trust FEMARS. But I'll earn my place. I'm armed. I've got training. I know how to shoot. I know how to fight. I'll pull my weight. Just don't leave me out here. I'm not ready to die yet.
This is Carly Kwasniewski with WBEZ Chicago. If you can hear this, you are not alone. Stay inside. Barricade your doors. Conserve food and water. Help is uncertain, but if you're listening, you're still here. Hold on to that.
Carly, finish up there.
At this time, we have received no official word from city or state officials. Scott Air Force Base has ceased all ongoing communications. The last confirmed safe zone at the Federated Church in Sycamore is no longer responding to emergency channels. If you are headed there, proceed with extreme caution. We have unconfirmed reports that FEMARS personnel are abandoning checkpoints throughout the Chicago urban area. Repeat, there is no guarantee of aid. We urge all listeners to prioritize their own safety. The roads are congested. The highways are unstable. If you must travel, avoid major routes. For those still out there, I don't know what else to say. We stayed as long as we could. We thought maybe someone would hear us. Maybe someone would send help. But no one is coming. If you still have someone, hold on to them. My dad used to take me out on Lake Michigan when I was little. He always said no matter how bad the storm gets, it always passes. I hope he was right. If you're listening, Dad, I love you. Mom, too. I wish I could be with you guys right now.
Come on, we have to get off there. They've got guns, Car.
This will be our final broadcast. WBEZ, signing off. To anyone still listening, good luck. And God help us all.
Hello? Anyone receiving this? This is Sergeant Matthew Che of the Illinois National Guard, broadcasting on emergency frequency 152.7. If you can hear this, if anyone is left, please respond. Things have gotten bad in the suburbs. It's the little things messing with my head. A bus tipped over, blood all over the front of it. Must have killed one of those freaks, but the kids, driver, all gone. Fuck. The contagion. It's in the food. It's in the goddamn food. We were feeding people at the checkpoints, distributing rations from the aid trucks. That's when it started. We didn't know. We thought it was safe. But we were wrong. Don't eat anything unless you know where it came from. Sealed cans only. No fresh meat, no produce, water that isn't boiled or bottled. We killed them. We didn't know. We thought they were just getting sick. We thought we could help. But they turned. God, they turned so fast. Stay inside. Stay alone. Don't trust anyone you haven't known since the start. If someone gets sick, you know what to do. This is Sergeant Che. If you find this message, if you hear this, this is the end.
And here's Chicago with their 1970 classic, 25 or 6 to 4.
Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. We have all carried burdens in this life, but none so heavy as the ones we bear now. I know you are afraid. I know you are tired. We all are. But you are not alone in this. You do not have to be alone in this. Here at Emily Memorial Church, we have found shelter. We have made it a home. There are women here, children, families who have lost everything but still have each other. And there is room for more. The food is running low out there. I know it. People are turning on one another, I've seen it, but we do not live in fear. We live in faith. My brother Bobby has been working hard to keep everyone safe. He has seen the worst of what's going on out there, but he still believes in the good that remains. And I do too. This world is changing. It is not the same world we knew a month ago, a week ago, even yesterday. But the Lord does not forsake his children, and neither do we. There is still good work to be done, and we will do it together. If you are listening to this, if you are struggling, if you are without hope, come, find us. Let us share what we have. You do not have to fight alone. Emily Memorial stands at the corner of Tyler and Iroquois, just outside of St. Charles. Our doors remain open, but we cannot wait forever. If you are out there, come home.
Five, 1, 7, 2, 9, 3, 3, 8. Four, 6, 0, 2. 7, 1, 7. 6, 3. 1, 4, 9, 9, 9. 2, 5. 2, 5. 2, 5. 1, 7, 3.
Not secure. I repeat, Sycamore is not secure. The girl, she's...
Five, 1, 7, 2, 9, 3, 3, 8. 4, 6, 0, 2. 7, 1, 7. Six, three.
This is the Federal Emergency Medical and Rescue Services with an official transmission. Martial law remains in full effect across all impacted regions. Civilian militia action is now authorized. In instances of perceived threat, lethal force is sanctioned. Repeat, in a period of lawlessness, individuals are permitted to neutralize any and all perceived hostiles. Survivors are encouraged to organize, defend, and enforce stability by any means necessary. Remaining containment and evacuation zones, or CEZs, are operational. If you are within traveling distance, you are urged to proceed immediately. Verified CEZs have secure perimeters, hot water, and medical personnel on site. Priority remains on treatment, containment, and distribution of resources. Research teams have identified the causative agent. The infection is a mutated strain of trichinella, a parasitic worm previously known to infest muscle tissue. This strain has adapted, targeting the brain and the brainstem instead, overriding the neural function and inducing hostile behavior. It will be referred to as the NEK/T worm, or the NEK/T parasite going forward. Efforts are underway to synthesize a countermeasure, a chemical agent capable of neutralizing the pathogen. We will distribute updates as progress is made. Until then, proceed with extreme caution.
This is Officer Leon Arzt, badge number... Hell, forget it. Doesn't matter anymore. If anyone's out there and listening to this frequency, look out for those bandits prowling the highway. Saw 2 of them beat each other to death while taking some girl back to their camp. She ran while they pummeled each other in. Fucking idiots. I was there, but they didn't see me. Worst part is that the National Guard isn't much better. They've been taking up the sick, anyone with a scratch or a bite. One of them was a kid, probably 15. My partner tried to stop it. Officer Renee Mallory. They shot her in the back. I ran, got clipped. Didn't die. Not yet. Traveling with 2 others. Guy named Keith. Used to flip burgers off I-88. Not much of a shot, but he's a body. And Catherine, well, she sleeps late and doesn't blink when she saps things. She's still trying to figure out who she is. We're not heroes. We're not a fire team. We're 3 people on foot with a radio. But we don't shoot first. We share what we have. It's gotta count for something, right? If you're holed up somewhere safe and you've got the room, I can help. I know how to clear a house. I know how to hold a perimeter. I know how to keep people from losing their fucking minds. Most days, anyway. Lost my kid early on. My ex. She ran with her, I'd bet. No idea where they are. Fuck. Anyways. I've got a shotgun, a sidearm, enough ammo to get to wherever somewhere better is. I'm not looking to take anything you don't offer me. I'm not one of them. Hunters, bandits, whatever you want to fucking call them. You hear this and you're decent? Radio back. Say the word mercy. I'll know you're real. You're a raider, a looter, someone just looking to play soldier in a world without rules. Come and see what happens. Call me Leon. Still breathing, still moving. Just looking for my kid. Call me if you've got the room.
Hey, you hearing this, Harley? You better be, 'cause I got your girl. Yeah, little Hannah. She's safe. I haven't touched her, ain't hurt her. But you come through that gate like last time, guns out, yelling like you're king shit. And I swear to God this ends bad. I'm not bluffing. I don't bluff, Harley. You know that. You think I wanted this? You think I wanted to be the guy with a gun, with a damn fence line and a dozen mouths to feed? I was a mechanic, man. I used to drink cold ones on a Sunday. That's it. That's all. Now I'm standing on a roof with a pair of binoculars and a half-empty gun, a whole group counting on me not to flinch. So don't make me flinch, Harley. They're saying on the ham that they're going to drop napalm on Chicago. You fucking hear that? Napalm. Like it's the Middle East all over again. If that's going to fix anything. FEMARS, whoever's left, they ain't coming for us. They left us to burn. That's why I'm doing what I gotta. That's why you ain't walking in here and taking her like you're some white knight from a goddamn comic book. If you want her back, you talk to me. On this channel. Not with bullets. Not with anyone else that's got your back. Just you. If anyone else is listening, yeah, I took a kid. No shame in it. You want to call me a bandit? That's fine. But my people eat. My people sleep behind these walls. If you come near them with bad intentions, you going in the dirt. This world, it already ended a long time ago. We're just the ones too stubborn to lie down. Come on, Harley. Come on.